Hi everyone, good morning. It's Margaret Manning here and welcome to 60 and Me. I hope you're having a great day today. I woke up really early this morning. It's a beautiful day. The sun is shining and it's just one of those gorgeous days. I hope it's the same wherever you are in this beautiful world. And I've got my morning cup of tea. I've chose appropriately my Love Tea by Puka, which I really do love. And it's made out of lavender, rose, and chamomile, I think. It's really a nice drink. So cheers to everybody this morning. Hope you've got a cup of tea or coffee with you and that you're feeling good. And maybe you've got some time today with friends. Or perhaps you've got this on your mind, that you don't have any one that you really could call a close friend. And it's hard, I know, as you get older, when the social connections that kind of defined you when you had children or when you were married, when they're not there anymore, it is really difficult to make new friends. I don't know, partly because I think we get set in our ways and we only want to be associating with certain kinds of people, and where you find those people in new cities and towns can sometimes be very difficult. And then sometimes you just have had experiences with relationships that have given you a little bit of hesitancy and a lack of trust. But for whatever reason, it's really, really hard to make friends when you get a little older. I think having a social life is so important, though, to our health, our well-being, and our happiness, just to have people to share our stories with. So I've got a couple of ideas today I wanted to share with you, some thoughts for making friends as an adult. And I think the key message here that I'm going to deliver is that there's no magic wand here. I mean, no one is going to show up at your door and knock and say, "Hi, I'm going to be your new friend." You are going to have to take some action. It's up to you if you're going to try to find new friendships. And there's some things you can do. I mean, you can position yourself in ways that make it a little bit easy, but you are going to have to take some action. And I think this is important. I've actually had to do that here in Switzerland because, as I've mentioned a few times, I don't speak German. And even though I live in a place where there are a lot of English-speaking people, they're in a different age group or different stage in their life and don't often have as much in common. So that's been, for me personally, something that I've dealt with. But I've done a few things, like started a meetup group for people who love to take train journeys. And Meetup's a great tool, by the way. And I've got a nice little group of people now. We go off every few weeks on a train adventure. And because we all love trains, we've become good friends. So that's actually, just one idea. But I guess the key thing, where do you start? Well, we've talked about this a little bit before, but it's getting to know yourself. It's asking yourself, of all the things that you've done in your life, you may not be interested in some of them anymore. But what are the true activities and priorities that you have in your life? What makes you smile? When you're doing it, whatever this thing might be, is it knitting, is it crocheting, is it running, is it swimming, whatever it is, traveling, what are the things that really make you happy? And then once you know these things, I mean, you can then start to align yourself up with people who are doing and liking and loving the same thing. And I think that's, reconnecting with yourself is like the first step, becoming your own best friend first. And, that's a challenge in itself, because many of us, we hide behind the things that we either had to do or that we chose to do when we had our kids in the house or when we were working in the workplace. We kind of maybe took on interests that weren't truly from our heart. They were interests of convenience. And we did them happily because we wanted to connect with people we worked with or with the children and families of our children. But, now it's time to sort of know who you are. I think this is one of the greatest challenges and opportunities of being a 60-year-old woman. I know there's like a safety net has been removed. We don't have those connections anymore. Sometimes we don't have a partner in our lives, and that certainly may have been a strong thread. But it's time. We have freedom now to just do the things we love. So know yourself. That's the first thing. The other thing is to develop your physical and emotional resources. I know we talk about establishing an exercise regime. Whether you go to the gym, whether you go swimming or do Pilates or stay at home and do yoga in the beauty of your own home, whatever you do, try to do something that connects you with your body, that makes you feel like you have a body, that you are able to get out there and engage with the world. I mean, you obviously can have conversations with yourself at home, but the first thing to do, though, is to strengthen your body physically. Go for walks, do something positive to get strong. And emotionally, too. Deal with the things that are holding you back, that are niggling at you. Once you've done that and you've built your emotional and your physical strength, then that just gives you a confidence and self-esteem to go out into the world and to look for friends. Because unless you feel like you've got something to offer, you've got something to exchange with another person, and you feel that from your heart and from the physical strength of your body, it is a little challenging. You feel vulnerable otherwise. I don't know whether you felt this way. I'd be really interested as we go along to leave your comments here in the section below about what you've done to make new friends and what have been your priorities in getting your body, mind, and soul ready for those new engagements. Another piece of advice that I would make to people is to chase your passions, not to chase people. And some people join all the clubs in the world. They chase people. They chase that person that looks like they're having a good time, or that person they think looks good. She's dressing beautifully, or she's in the choir, or she's doing something that's really something that's popular. You chase popular people. And it's really not, in my opinion, the way to go. Because chasing people is kind of a futile exercise if they don't share your interests. And truthfully, we don't need more people in our lives when we get to be 60 years old. We just need the right people. We need the right people in our lives. And even if there's just one or two of those right people, that makes it worthwhile. So decide what you love to do. What are your passions? And then follow them. Follow those passions. And guess what? You will find the people. So, for example, I love reading, and I know a lot of you do love books a lot, and you are literary people. So, where are you going to find cool people? Bookstores. Go to bookstores. Go to book signings. There's so many people that have their book. They're selling their book, and they have a book evening. And there's usually some coffee or tea and wine, and lots of people who, guess what, love books. And if you, for example, take a course, there's lots of creative writing courses that you can take through a local community college or through a college itself. And in the audience there are going to be people that love to read. So that's just one example. I mean, if you love to do sport, then it's the same thing. Go to the gym or go to places where there are competitions, or just follow the passion. Do things you like. Just go have fun doing the things that you like. And then when you turn around in those places, you will find other people just doing the same thing. So that's, I think, a really important piece of advice. Now, another thing, well, it kind of ties back to the very beginning of this conversation, which is be proactive about the people that you let into your lives. I mean, you're not invisible. I mean, you may think that you are because you don't get the attention from people that you might want to, or to younger people, you're kind of a honey or a deer. Doesn't matter. You're not invisible, and so but you are not going to find people unless you get out there and really work it. Start a conversation. I mean, step outside your comfort zone. I often will start a conversation with someone just having a coffee at a coffee shop. In fact, it's really funny. In our town here, we have a place. I go there every few days because I just love the energy of it. It's a cafe, and it's kind of interesting because the tables all have 6 or 8 chairs, so you can't like sneak off and just have a little table to yourself. You always have to sit down with other people. And it's interesting in Germany, in Switzerland, and in German countries, people always ask, "May I sit?" sit? May I join you when they come into the table? So it's you have to initially say yes, of course, yeah, please sit, and then you've already made a little thread of a connection. And yesterday, in fact, I was sitting there, and this lovely German woman sat opposite me, and she said "Grüezi," and I said "Grüezi," which is about the only word I know in Swiss German. It means hello, and she started talking in German, and I thought, oh gosh, I'm just going to smile. I just, I was just nodding, and I got a few words in between, and I would say, "Das ist good," and yeah, or "Danke," and it was funny. She must have talked for like 5 minutes, and I understood 3 words, but it was simply connecting. And you've got to be proactive. Talk to that person at the table. Now that one was probably not a good example because I doubt we'll become good friends since I don't speak her language very well. But it was an example of how you have to kind of stop hiding in the corner with your phone and get out there and try. I think it's really right. So there's things you can do, of course. You can start a meetup like I did. Really easy, meetup.com. I'm pretty sure. Somebody validate this for me. Is it in the States, meetup.com? I think it is. It's worldwide, and it's a perfect way to make friends. You can join existing groups or start your own. You can start a movie night. Just ask a few women that you know personally through the community or church or just friends of friends and have a movie night or a poker night. We used to do poker nights. Never played any poker. We just talked and had fun. But anyway, just have to be proactive, I think, about the things. So first of all, learn to understand yourself, number 1. Build your confidence, pursue your passions, not people, and then reach out. That's the secret formula, as I see it, for making friends in your 60s. Now, if you've got any thoughts, any ideas, things that have worked for you, please share, because you could help another person in our community. And I love the conversations that go on around these videos. So just keep going. You're doing great. It is my pleasure to be here with you. I hope that you have a fabulous day, everybody, and I look forward to seeing you all back here. Oh, I forgot, I was going to ask you, my secret question is, what are the secrets that you have yourself personally for making friends? Mustn't forget my question, because I like how you answer them. I'm always engaged in your chats. It's wonderful. So what is your secret for making friends? Okay, everybody, we'll go out and have a fabulous day, and I'll see you all back here again soon. Take good care. Bye-bye.